Hello again, everyone. This is Gilmer, and this is episode 31 of my Let's Play Grand Campaign War in the East. I am playing as the Soviet Union, and I'm trying to talk a little bit louder into the microphone because I've had some people mention that my voice sounded a little low, and I don't want that to happen. Obviously, that was one of the reasons why I got a better microphone, was for better pickup of my voice and better projection of it, or what have you. And so I don't really want to hear that my voice is too low, and it's because I talk low. And I spent my life, as a kid, I was so loud. Probably up until I was in college, I was so loud I was always told to keep it down. And so I started keeping it down, and then when I got into my career, I was told I was talking too low on phones, and like people couldn't hear me. So then I started talking louder again, but it's something I kind of have learned over my whole life, is to talk lower, because people tell me I talk too loud a lot of times. And so I want to at least project my voice well enough into my microphone so that people can hear what I'm saying, and not because I think I'm reinventing the wheel or anything for speaking, but I do like to obviously express my ideas about the game as we're going along. And honestly, I don't really know exactly what to do at this point, other than to just let the turns play out a little bit, and then see if there's anything I can do to fight back, at least before the blizzard turns. And when the blizzard turns come, I still might not be. It depends on the respective power of my forces compared to the German forces, whether I take the battle to them or not. And the sound seems a little loud today for some reason. I don't know if you can see me playing with the sound, but it seems a little loud today. So let's turn that down just a little bit, because the music was seeming a little loud. Anyway, what I was talking about is I'm not going to get the chance to build up core until 1942 sometime. So I don't know, even at the point where blizzards are happening, that I will have the strength to actually take the fight to the Germans and actually do anything to them. I'm hoping that's the case. And even with the ability to build core, there are certain rules that you have to follow. You have to put all rifle divisions together, or all cavalry divisions together. You might be able to mix a little bit. I think I forget exactly how you make a motorized corps, but that might be a division, a rifle division, and a tank brigade for all I know. I can't really remember. But I don't get that ability until 1942. And some of them even a little later than that, I think. So I am trying to make sure that I have everything in place for when that happens. As you can see, there is a cavalry unit there. They're going to be the first ones that I can build up into core. And there's a cavalry, and there's a cavalry, and there's two more. So I'm hoping I can build them up fairly quickly. I don't know if I'm capped at 500 points of admin. I don't want to waste any admin points by letting it sit at the cap, if that's the case. So I might build a unit just to bring down. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, here we go. I might just build up a couple of units to bring down those points from 500, because I don't want to be sitting at 500 and not using points and losing them. So let's just build 3 rifle divisions right on top of each other, and then let them build up, and hopefully at some point I'll be able to build them into a core. So anyway, what I'm looking at is I've got this line of troops built up on this river, the Yuzhny Bug River, and I also have this unit sitting on the river, kind of fortifying itself in, hopefully, and then I have a couple others that, for whatever reason, I'm leaving them where they are. That guy, I don't think, is doing us any favors by sitting there. He's okay. He's in a good spot. He's in the fork of a river or so, or in a peninsula almost of that river, and then these are okay as well. I don't think I'm going to change this at all. I'm going to let them slug it through, try to slug through this as much as they can, and I'm sure that they will not be able to get through all of them. I do have a couple of units that I might move up a little bit. As you can see, I'm completely surrounding this unit because I just don't think he has the capability of getting out of there at any given point. So I'm going to just keep on trying to starve him out so that eventually I can, hopefully maybe in the snow months or the blizzard months, actually take him out, take him down, do whatever. Do whatever I'm supposed to do. As you can see, I'm just kind of looking. I don't want to really take these guys off rail yet if I can help it, because I still think that they might be moved up a little more. This guy I can move up. I'm trying to think where the best spot is for him. Let's take him off the train if we can get him off, and we can. There's really, there's really not that much to do at this point. Something that I hope that they build into War of the East is a kind of a drag and drop for some of these units, so that I don't have to move them forward to the front every single turn. I could just go drag him and say I want him over the next 3 or 4 turns to move to this spot right here, and then that way I wouldn't have to remember to move him every single turn. I'm hoping that's going to be something that they build in, that it's like some kind of mode like up here that you can use to transport troops from the back of the screen all the way to the front, or the back of the Soviet Union, or the far east of the Soviet Union to the west where the front is, because it's very tedious moving every single one of these each turn, and it's not that I don't want to do it, because I definitely do want to do it. It's just it does take a little time in, especially if you're doing videos. Nobody wants you to watch you moving 50 or 60 units from the front or from the back lines all the way to the front. Not across the Soviet Union. If it was Luxembourg, maybe they'd say, "Oh yeah, I can live with that." Or, a really small nation like, even Germany itself wouldn't be that hard to move them all the way across. And I'm kind of jerking around the screen. I don't mean to be doing that, but it is happening a little bit. So I want to move these guys up a little because they are kind of hanging back. I guess if you move him, and you don't even have to take him off the train, you just move him normally, he just automatically comes off gets off the train, which makes sense. I don't really want to do too much moving around of all these guys, but I also want to make sure that they're densely packed enough in here that even if these guys make a kind of a breakthrough, they're not going to get too far because of the denseness of the units, which it is pretty good at this point. Down here, as you can see, I have a huge number. Well, how many is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 to 20 units. I don't know if, I see some of them are stacked. 16 to 20 units that I'm moving into this area to kind of shore up this little part, just in case these guys are able to make a breakthrough at any given time. And I'm trying to move these guys back because I don't want them to form a pocket right here. If I don't think they can do it, I don't think they have the power during a mud turn, but I don't want it to happen anyway. I want to make sure that I do not allow that to happen. And of course I have these guys that are still, wonder why they're unready. We'll do that, see what that does. See, that's 6,000 men, 10,000. So that's about 18, 19,000 men if you add up the loose hundreds. That's about 19,000 men. But they're still having a hard time getting any traction on this one unit, which is a Romanian infantry division. So let's go ahead and process a turn and see what's going on. See if anything good happens. And I had somebody else confirm that they're working on war in the east too. Oh, snow! Look at that snow. They're working on war in the east too. One of the guys that does a lot of their play testing or bug testing or whatever said it's in alpha, and he's been working on it, playing it or whatever, and he said it's even in alpha mode, it's pretty impressive. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I mean, alpha, with it being an alpha, that means it might not be no more than about 6 months before it's available, which would be nice. See, I need more men there. I need more units there. Because in the snow turns, they're gonna be all right. They're gonna do all right. So see, like I said, I'm worried about this little grouping right here. I cannot afford to let them get cut off. But that guy right there, my screen went black only for the second time since beginning to use my new computer. that's okay. That wasn't good. I'm glad I'm a lot more thickly, populated in here. Because if I wasn't, they'd just be walking right through my units and blowing holes in my lines left and right. Yeah, see, the snow's not really doing too much to them. It's going to have to be the blizzard turns that is what really costs them. Because the snow's not enough to slow them down. Wow. But see, they routed those guys, but they're not trying to cut them off. They're just attacking them straight on. There's going to be a lot more attacks this turn than there has been for a while because of they've gained some of their cohesion back during the snow turn. Damn. Oh well. That's a group of guys that I was hoping we could somehow get back, but I kind of resign myself to losing them. Wow, look at the power these guys have. It's gonna be tough holding them back. Look at the power these guys have too. Of course, that's a 6. I have a 6 right there. Yeah, it's going to be a lot more attacks this turn. I might be able to get that to surrender. Damn, they're just pushing my guys all over the place now. As you can see up here, it is November 13th, 1941. So I'm pretty sure the blizzard hits right around December 7th, 1941. Which, if that's the case, I have, about 3 more turns before I see blizzard conditions, if it's historical. Damn, these guys they're really pushing me back. This next turn for me is going to be very long because I'm going to be retreating and rebuilding my lines. Well, I'd say we survived again. Look at how beautiful that map is while it's not covered up with any kind of weather or anything. That's nice. So we're at 1,789,000 and they're at 488. So let's see. Man, I wish I could just cut them off. But I really can't at this point. I'm going to take these guys off of the train and get them ready because we need them. Look at that, 1,800 men. What can I do with 1,800 men? They'll get shoved right out of the way very easily. Come across here. I'm going to put my microphone down, but I'm going to try to speak up a little bit so you guys can hear me, because this is probably when you usually are having trouble hearing me, is when I've set the microphone down. So I'm actually going to damn. Well, let's see about this one. Come on. 70,000 men. And of course that time I didn't have the movement points to really do a full-on attack. The second attack was barely an attack at all. I'm gonna go ahead and take these guys off the train. I think those points right there are what determines if you can take it off a train or not, because as you can see, it went from 100 to 85. These guys are getting close to Moscow, but I don't think they can get there in 3 turns, to be quite honest with you. I could be wrong, and maybe I should be doing something like this. Well, because see, I can't really go any further. Maybe I should do... But see that right there means, look, I control that. So I've cut that rail off from them, from these guys. So these guys are not very close to a rail for supply purposes. This is their closest. These two are their closest, and that has to go across a river, and then this guy's the closest. So that will help, I think, in slowing these guys down a little, because I don't think they're going to get very much supply unless it's airlifted, because let me see. It's a let's see what I can do. I can't go any further. Oh, that sucks. But you see, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. If I can just close that loop right there. I'm not saying I will be able to keep that pocket closed, but I will have slowed these units, this group right here and this group right here, I will have slowed them down significantly if I can close that little loop, because the only way they'll be getting supply is if they break the bubble or they have supply airlifted in. So hopefully so as you can see, there are units right there, but if I move these guys, if this guy's the one I'm thinking I'll be able to move, if I can move him there and I can move, I don't know if I can move there, I might be able to. They're going to have some trouble. I don't know how much trouble. I haven't played this game enough to know how much trouble they're in, but I think they're going to be in some trouble. I really do. And maybe I can go out this way towards Smolensk, and if that's the case, then they could be in real big trouble. If I could get to Smolensk. I gotta do something to slow these guys down, I really do. And here I am. Why can't they move? Well, let's see. He can move. He can move. He can move. As you can see, I am I should be able to. I'll see there's somebody there. I was about to say I should be able to take this hex and this hex if nobody's in it and do some damage, but of course not. They're smart enough to know that they can't allow that to happen. So okay, I feel a lot better about that. These guys are pretty much where they are, and they're going to be stuck there for now. I don't know why he's unready. It's another situation where I'm getting my guys back as best as possible to make sure that they are not surrounded again like what happened to my 3 guards units. And shit, how did they get stuck back there? Oh well, they're gone too. we'll just see if we can't. No, they're there for good. I can't afford to lose guys like that very much more. But that's a problem with them being so strong and powerful that they can surround my guys fairly easily. So I need to be better prepared for that in case that does happen. Anyway, folks, this is going to be the end of this episode. It's turn 22, November 13th, 1941, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.